This week on Granite State Challenge, the team from Hopkinton High School takes on the team from Plymouth Regional High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Granite State Challenge. This week, we have our second semifinal matchup. We had a great match last week. We're hoping for just the same this week. These two teams, let's introduce them to you. First up, we have the team from Hopkinton High School.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Colton, and I'm a senior as well.
Hi, I'm Conrad. I'm a senior.
Hey, I'm Jackson. I'm a senior.
All right, the alternates are Flo and Finn, and the team is coached by social studies teacher Liam Callahan, and they're the team from Hopkinton High School. And their semifinal opponents are the squad from Plymouth Regional High School.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Khalil. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm a junior.
The alternates are Ethan and Norman, and the team is coached by programming, drafting, and engineering teacher Jay Fogarty and world language teacher Troy Harris. And that's the team from Plymouth Regional High School. All right, teams are introduced, but we do have one more important introduction. That, of course, is our judge. Back with us again, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Go ahead and grab those buzzers. We're going to play some Granite State Challenge. As you know, we play in 4 rounds, and in round 1, 10-point toss-up questions. So, Hopkinton and Plymouth, good luck. Here we go. What 2020 song by Taylor Swift is named for a type of sweater? Khalil of Plymouth?
Maroon.
No, sorry, Hopkinton. Adam?
Cardigan.
Is right. This former president ran on the ticket of the anti-slavery Free Soil Party in the 1848 presidential election. Reagan of Plymouth.
Fremont?
Sorry, no. Hopkinton. Adam?
Tyler.
No, it was Martin Van Buren. This company was named for the Greek goddess of victory. Khalil of Plymouth.
Nike.
Yes. This May holiday may be more celebrated in the United States than it is in Mexico. Jackson of Hopkinton.
Independence Day, May 4th.
Sorry, no. Plymouth. Khalil.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo's right. In this 2009 film, widower Carl Fredrickson attaches thousands of balloons to his house and accidentally floats off to South America. Conrad of Hopkinton.
Up.
Yes. This could be an organ in the body or a type of bean shaped like that organ in the body. Max of Plymouth.
Kidney.
Yes. 4 of the last 10 governors of this state have served time in prison. Rod Blagojevich, George Ryan, Daniel Walker, and Otto Kern. Khalil of Plymouth.
New Jersey.
Sorry, no. Hopkinton? Colton.
New York.
No, they were all governors of Illinois. In a 2023 study that measured players' heart rates, which Nintendo racing game was rated the most stressful? Khalil of Plymouth.
Mario Kart.
That's right. All right, team, our next question is our Unitil Power question. It's worth double the points. So a 20-point toss-up coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
You can try your luck at this game in 45 states, including New Hampshire.
Khalil of Plymouth.
Blackjack.
Sorry, no. Hopkinton. Adam.
Roulette.
Sorry, no. Remember, it's the power question. We were looking for Powerball. All right, teams. A phoneme is the smallest unit of sound that distinguishes one word from another. A grapheme is the written representation of that sound with a letter or letters. What is the term for the smallest unit of meaning in a word that cannot be further divided? Khalil of Plymouth.
Syllable.
Sorry, no. Hopkinton? It is a morpheme. A morpheme. This rapper and singer is known for songs like Sunflower and Better Now and his heavily tattooed face and body. Conrad of Hopkinton.
Post Malone.
Yes. This could be a species in the Tetraodontitae family or the band Hootie plays with. Paul of Plymouth.
A blowfish.
Yes. A year on this last planet in the solar system lasts 165 Earth years. In 2011, it completed its first 165-year orbit since its discovery. Reagan of Plymouth.
Neptune.
Yes. All right, teams, our next question is a civics question coming to you on your monitors from Marge Chiaffery, the Vice Chair of New Hampshire Civics. Take a look.
In 1999, this state became the last state to name a holiday after Martin Luther King Jr.
Reagan of Plymouth.
New Hampshire.
That is right. This author and illustrator created Benjamin Bunny, Peter Rabbit, and Squirrel Nutkin. Reagan of Plymouth.
Potter.
Yes, Beatrix Potter's right. The Pentagon in Arlington County, Virginia, is the headquarters of the DoD. What does DoD stand for? Jackson of Hopkinton.
Department of Defense.
That's right. Queen Elizabeth II was served by 15 UK prime ministers during her reign. Who was the first? Khalil of Plymouth.
Benjamin Disraeli.
No, sorry. Hopkinton? Colton?
Churchill?
Churchill's right. Big John and Cannon are each a brand of downrigger which are used to keep lures at a consistent depth while trolling. If you are using a downrigger, what are you doing? Khalil of Plymouth.
Fishing.
You're fishing, that's right. This singer, dancer, and actor was the first black woman to star in a major motion picture. She starred in the 1927 silent film, The Siren of the Tropics. She also aided the French resistance during World War II and refused to perform for segregated audiences in the United States. Khalil of Plymouth.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Sorry, nope. Hopkinton? Adam?
Johnson.
Sorry, it's Josephine Baker is the person we're looking for. All right, teams, for this next question, go ahead and take a look at your monitors. This social worker and reformer co-founded Chicago's Hull House with Ellen Gates Starr in 1889. Hull House was a settlement house that provided services to immigrants. Khalil of Plymouth.
Adams.
Jane Addams is right. All right, teams, the next question is a math question. You may want some pencil and paper. As a fraction in simplest terms, what is 3/4 times 5/8? Khalil of Plymouth.
Oh man, 5.
Sorry, time ran out. Adam of Hopkinton.
30 seconds.
That's right. All right, and that sound ends the round. And so at the end of round one, looks like Plymouth out to a bit of a lead by a score of 100-60. All right, teams, round one is in the books, but before we move on to round two, we're going to take a pause in the action and spend a little time getting to know one another. We're going to start with the team from Hopkinton Middle High School. Hopkinton Middle High School, the high school portion, is in Hopkinton, New Hampshire, about 300 students. And among that number is senior captain Adam. And, we've been calling you Adam on the show. That's what the name on the podium says. But apparently that's not what everyone at Hopkinton High School refers to you as.
Yeah, so some of my close friends, Conrad included, call me Ted.
Okay, so where did Ted come from?
Not really sure, to be honest. In 10th grade chemistry, a couple of my friends just looked at me and said I looked like someone who might be named Ted, and it stuck from there.
All right. Well, you look like an Adam to me, so I'm going to keep with that, if that's all right with you.
Thank you.
All right. Colton, the next member of the team, did something that some New Hampshire students get to do every summer, but some may not know about it. Tell us.
So I took part in the ASP course that St. Paul's offers every summer.
And the ASP stands for the Advanced Studies Program?
Exactly.
Okay, yep. And so students who do it can choose different areas of study, right? What did you choose?
Law and governance. And if you've seen past episodes, that would come probably as no surprise.
Yes, yeah, law and governance is no surprise. Did you do anything as a part of that learning experience that was particularly cool, interesting?
Visiting various courthouses around the state, conducting a few mock trials, and then one big giant town hall with all the people from ASP at the end of the course.
Very cool, with like-minded students like yourself.
Exactly.
Very, very cool. All right, Conrad, last time you were on the show, we talked about you wanting to hike Mount Washington barefoot. But this time, we're going to talk about a close range incident you had with a baseball. Tell us about it.
So yeah, I was a camp counselor, and I was just sitting drinking my water. It was at lunchtime, and some kid really wanted to play catch with me, and I just didn't know. So she just came up behind me and threw a baseball right at my head.
Okay, so you weren't expecting the ball. You didn't miss it. It just hit you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just doing my own thing, and then
Were you okay?
yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
But it was an interesting experience.
I bet. Maybe not going to be a camp counselor after that.
Probably not.
Well, hey, if you had been injured, your teammate Jackson could help with you because you're thinking about a career in sports.
Yeah, sports medicine.
Sports medicine. So why sports medicine?
Well, I mean, I love sports, so it would be kind of like, a job. It would be great to have fun while working, and my family has a long history of medical.
You got medical
personnel,
professionals in the family. You love sports.
Oh, yeah.
Put the two things together. Perfect. All right. That's the team from Hopkinton High School. All right, we move on over to Plymouth Regional High School up in Plymouth, New Hampshire. About 650 students from all around the region up there near Plymouth. And the team captain is Reagan, who, as a youngster, got to go on a number of bicycle trips. Fond memories of these bicycle trips?
You know, there was candy, so that was nice, but other than that, it was rough.
So let me ask, your parents must have made you go on these trips, right?
Yes.
All right.
I guess it was an adventure, so that was fun. But
All right.
yeah, there was
Any
some
memorable moments?
There was this one bed and breakfast in the middle of Missouri that had dolls in every room, which was just concerning.
Yeah, maybe-
we got out of there quick.
Yeah, maybe not memorable for all the right reasons. But hey, what's better than spending time with family? Am I right?
Exactly.
All right. Khalil, next up on the team. We've talked a lot about music with you, Khalil, in your time on Granite State Challenge. But you wrote down here that you actually have a favorite chord in all of music. What is it?
I do. It is the final chord of Igor Stravinsky's Rite of Spring Ballet.
Okay, so what is special about this chord?
Well, it spells out D-E-A-D.
Okay.
Bottom.
And that's significant to the Rite of Spring because...
Oh, it's the point of the Rite of Spring where the ballerina who gets sacrificed dies.
Gotcha. So we end with the D-E-A-D chord. All right, well, there you go. All right, something a little less morbid with Paul. He's listened to the entire discography of what band? Rat. So we talked on your first round game about your sort of love of sort of 80s hair metal music. What is it about Rat?
I really like Piercy's screeching vocals, DeMartini and Crosby, like the 1-2 punch on the lead guitar, and I like the anthemic choruses.
Okay, and this is quite a discography, right? We're not talking 1 or 2 albums. We're talking how many?
We're talking 6 albums.
6 albums. So there you go. If anyone from Rat is watching at home, send Paul some swag. All right, Max, rounding out the team. You know, a lot of Granite State Challenge students, they're around 16 years of age. They get their license, they get a car, they start driving. You did something a little bit different.
A little different. I decided at 16 to take a motorcycle course, get my license, and buy a motorcycle.
And so your mode of transportation is just the motorcycle?
Just the motorcycle, but I do have my mom's car if I need to get somewhere, so.
Right, because, you know, if it's the wintertime, the weather's bad, you need an alternative mode of transportation. That's fantastic. Hopefully you always wear a helmet.
I do.
All right. Well done. This is the team from Plymouth Regional High School. All right, teams, introductions and get to know yous out of the way. We're going to roll into round 2, our 3 strikes and you're out round. And again, in this round, we give each team 10 questions. We go down the line, player by player, until all 10 questions are asked or until 3 strikes and you're out. Each team has 3 passes that you can use to pass to your teammate next to you, and something in the previous question will be the inspiration for the next question, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to do this alphabetically. Hopkinton, we'll start with you, and Adam, this is your question. Matthew Broderick played Leo Bloom in Mel Brooks's 2005 movie, The Producers. He also played this high school student who took a day off from school.
Ferris Bueller.
That's right. Colton. The first Ferris wheel was found on the midway of the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, which was held in this Illinois city.
Springfield.
In Chicago. Conrad, This poet called Chicago, quote, the city of broad shoulders in a 1914 poem?
Robert Frost.
It is Carl Sandburg. Jackson. Carl Sandburg won the Pulitzer Prize in 1940 for his biography of this president.
Pass.
Pass. Adam, your question?
Pass.
Colton, your question.
Could you repeat the question, please?
You bet. Carl Sandburg won the Pulitzer Prize in 1940 for his biography of this president.
FDR?
Sorry, it was Abraham Lincoln. And just like that, your 3 strikes round is over. All right, Plymouth, we turn our attention to you. Same drill. Reagan, we'll start with you. This is your question. These 2 sisters have won a combined 30 Grand Slam titles in tennis.
Venus and Serena Williams.
That is correct. Khalil, the planet Venus is often called a twin to this planet because they are similar in size.
Earth.
Yes. Paul, according to legend, this city was founded by the twins Romulus and Remus.
Rome?
Yes. Max, in 49 BC, Julius Caesar crossed this river and started a civil war.
Pass.
Rubicon.
Reagan is correct. Khalil, Julius Caesar and this Egyptian queen are said to have had an affair.
Cass. You know.
Yes, sorry, it's Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
You were there. Paul, this author's play, Anthony and Cleopatra, was first performed in 1607.
Shakespeare?
Correct. Max, Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra in the 1963 movie Cleopatra. She also played Margaret Maggie the Cat Pollitt in the 1958 movie Cat on a Hot Tin Roof by this playwright whose first name is the name of a state.
Tennessee Williams?
Tennessee Williams is right. Reagan. Tennessee Williams is also the author of the 1947 play A Streetcar Named Desire. The movie version of the film starred this actor as Stanley Kowalski.
Pass.
Khalil, your question?
Humphrey Bogart?
Marlon Brando.
Oh, Lord.
Paul. Marlon Brando played Jor-El, the father of Kal-El, who would go on to be a superhero in this 1978 film.
Superman?
Yes. Max. In the early iterations of Superman, he would sometimes go into one of these to change from Clark Kent into Superman, which would be a very difficult feat today, as they are hard to find.
Pass.
Pass. Reagan?
Telephone booth.
A phone booth is correct, and that's the end of your 8 on your 3 strikes round. All right, so Plymouth building on that lead a little bit, but we're going to go into round 3, which is our 60-second round. Alternates, I'd like to ask you to come on up and join your teams at the podium. In the 60-second round, each team gets 10 questions in a category. We'll give you 10 questions for each correct response and a bonus of 10 questions if you get them all correct. Teams can talk together and work together in this round, but we do take captain's answers as team answers, and Adam, as the team of Hopkinton, trailing right now, you get to select first from our categories. They are Shake It Up, A Hairy Situation, and Rain, Rain, Go Away.
Hairy situation.
A hairy situation, okay. In this category, the answers to the following will be related to hair. So, Adam, again, I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds, start the clock. This character created by Astrid Lindgren is known for her red pigtails.
Pippi Longstocking.
Yes, she was a Gorgon with a head of snakes.
Medusa.
Yes, this poofy hairstyle is named for the mistress of King Louis XV.
Afro.
Is the pompadour. The Rachel is a hairstyle named for a character on this sitcom.
Friends.
Yes. Her hairstyle looked like she had 2 cinnamon rolls on the side of her head.
Princess Leia.
Yes. This cartoon character is known for her towering blue bouffant hairstyle.
Marge Simpson.
Yes. She threw down her locks to be saved by a prince.
Rapunzel.
Yes. This band was known for their mop top hairstyle.
The Beatles.
Yes. She was known for her long locks, which covered up her nakedness as she rode through town.
Joan of Arc.
There's Lady Godiva. This 1967 musical was all about the hippie subculture and war protest.
Hairspray.
It is Hair. Was
Hair.
that one. And at the end, 7 out of 10 on your 60-second rounds. All right, Plymouth, we turn our attention to you. And Reagan, you've been talking to your team. You know you can choose from Shake It Up or Rain, Rain, Go Away.
Rain, rain, go away.
All right, Rain, Rain, Go Away it is. The answers to the following will include the word rain. Reagan, you can talk to your team. I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds, start the clock. 1984 song by Prince.
Purple rain.
Yes. Though usually tropical, you will find temperate ones of these in the Pacific
Rainforest.
Yes. This is where Dorothy wanted to go.
Back to Kansas. Pass.
Over the rainbow.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise starred in this movie about a man and his autistic brother.
A rainy day in New York.
It was Rain Man. This active volcano is the tallest mountain in Washington State.
Rainier.
Yes. This is a song by Luke Combs and a saying that states that one bad thing
When it
is
rains,
usually...
it pours.
Yes. You might have one of these slowdowns in a baseball game.
Rain delay.
Yes. Russia invaded this country in February of 20... Yes. This cold water fish is found in Pacific tributaries in Asia.
Rainbow trout.
Yes. This 1982 song by the Weather Girls was a #1 dance hit in the U.S.
It's Raining Man.
Oh, yeah. It's Raining Man.
It's Raining Man.
Yes, that is correct. 9 out of 10 on your 60-second rounds. All right, thank you, alternates. You can go ahead and take your seats as we go right into round 4. In round 4, we're going to pick back up with our toss-up questions, but we're going to be doubling the point values to 20-point toss-ups and taking 20 points away for incorrect responses. So, still kind of a tight match, Hopkinton and Plymouth, so play smart and strategic. Here we go. This former governor of South Carolina caught a lot of heat when she failed to name slavery as the cause of the Civil War when asked about it by a voter at a campaign stop in Berlin, New Hampshire. Colton of Hopkinton.
Nikki Haley.
Yes. This Greek nymph was only able to repeat the last words spoken to her after Zeus's wife Hera cursed her, so that when she later fell in love with Narcissus, she couldn't tell him what she felt. Conrad of Hopkinton.
Echo.
That's right. A fire in January of 2024 at Sunapee Manor in Sunapee, New Hampshire, almost destroyed the barn where this band, led by Steven Tyler, got its start. Paul of Plymouth.
Aerosmith.
That's right. The Residence Act of 1790 set up the creation of a capital district for the United States along this river. Reagan of Plymouth.
Potomac.
Yep. This small galliform is native to Europe, Asia, and Africa, but it has been introduced to North America where you may, or more than likely not find it, in a pear tree. Reagan of Plymouth.
Partridge.
That's right. This woman is perhaps the first female self-made millionaire. She made her fortune selling hair products and cosmetics for black women. Reagan of Plymouth.
Walker.
Yes, C.J. Walker. You will find Transylvania, the Danube River, and the Carpathian Mountains in this country. Paul of Plymouth.
Romania.
Yes. The name of this city, located on the Mississippi River, means the red stick in French. Adam of Hopkinton.
Baton Rouge.
Yes. Almost 13,000 Union soldiers died in this Confederate prison in Georgia in just a little over a year. Paul of Plymouth.
Andersville.
We'll give you that. An alumni of Hanover High School in New Hampshire, this musician rose to fame after his 2022 album describing the season of the sticks, the time in New England when all the leaves fall off the trees but before the snow. Max of Plymouth.
Noah Kahn.
That's right. Teams, what is the term for when you are infected by a virus but not showing any symptoms? Colton of Hopkinton.
Asymptomatic.
That's right. This novel by Madeline L'Engle features Meg Murray, Charles Wallace Murray, and Calvin O'Keefe as they traveled through space and time to save Meg and Charles's father from the Black Thing. Khalil of Plymouth.
A Wrinkle in Time.
That's right. This Korean dish is made with fermented vegetables, usually cabbage or radish. In the winter, it is often stored in the ground in earthenware pots called ongi. Colton of Hopkinton.
Kimchi.
Yes. Amanda Gorman, Maya Angelou, and Robert Frost have all read their poems at this event held every 4 years. Adam of Hopkinton.
Presidential inauguration.
That's right. Teams, what is 99 in Roman numerals? Adam of Hopkinton.
XCIX.
That's right. People opposed to technology are often called this name from English workers who smashed machinery and textile mills that they believed were threatening their jobs. Khalil of Plymouth.
Luddites.
Yes. Ocular tonometry is a procedure your ophthalmologist might use to check the fluid pressure in your eye and test to see if you have this eye disease. Khalil of Plymouth.
Cataracts.
Sorry, no. Hopkinton is the glaucoma test. Rapper, singer, and we won't get to that. And looks like Plymouth hanging on to win the match by a score of 430 to 280. All right. Congratulations on your win, Plymouth. We'll see you next week in the Granite State Super Challenge in Hopkinton. It was a good run. You made it this far, but tough loss today. You should be proud of your achievement, and we had fun having you here. We hope you had fun as well at home. We do hope you tune in next week for our final match of the season, the Granite State Super Challenge, when this team from Plymouth Regional takes on the team from Merrimack High School. That'll do it for us this week. I hope you learned something, because I did as well. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, and viewers like you. Thank you. Studio support for Granite State Challenge is provided by Prue Oil and Propane.